Hey, a very good morning to you. How are you doing? It's a beautiful Thursday morning. My name is James Sukumu, welcoming you to the Relationship Clinic on Jam 316 every Thursday. Thursday inakuwaga siku ya clinic. Kama kawaida bench nimesafisha. Nimeweka hapo nje. Msisukumane. Maintain social distancing as we have an interesting conversation today. Today it's all about the age factor, but we're looking at it from a different angle. So, you have a 25-year-old son. And finally, amepata girlfriend. He has a girlfriend and he's bringing home the girlfriend for lunch for the very first time. Umeandaa mapochopocho. You're excited to finally get to meet this girl. D-Day arrives, my friend. Your son walks in with this girl and you're thinking, okay, is this the mother or is this the girl you're talking about? Apparently, one small detail your son forgot to tell you, the woman is 20 years older than he is. So she's 45. Your son she's 45, your son is 25. How do you handle the situation? I'm getting lots and lots of messages regarding that. And people are saying, that one can't work. Some ladies are saying I would walk out of the room. And I want us to talk about the age factor. If we flip the whole situation, if it's the man who's 45 and the lady who's 20, society will not have a problem with it. But if the lady is 45 and the young man is 25, then society, for many people in society, they would have a problem with it. And you know, there's a trend I'm beginning to see nowadays where younger men are going for older women. Women who are 15 years, 20 years older than they are. Should it be an issue? Is age a factor? Some people say age is not a factor, it's just a number. Okay, so when we stretch it out, you know, some people will say 5 years is okay. 20? What's the difference between 5 and 20? That's the discussion we want to get into today. Want your feedback on this one. What do you think about that whole situation? 20316 SMS line, WhatsApp number 0786 316 316. The age factor in relationships. Younger men going after older women. It is the Relationship Clinic. Thank you so much for coming in to be part of this conversation. I can tell this one is going to be a bit heated. It's all about the age factor. Usually when the man is older and the woman is younger, it's really not a big deal for many people in society. If the man is 10 years, 15 years, even 20 years, sometimes even 30 years older than the woman, oh, it's more acceptable. But let's flip it. Your 25-year-old son, ameleta girlfriend nyumbani. She's 45. How do you handle the situation? I love the comments that are coming in today. Someone says 5 years and above is a big no-no. Okay. Why? Why is it a big no-no? This morning, I'm so glad to be joined by Ken Munyo, who's a psychologist, to just help us navigate through this discussion. Ken, how are you doing?
I'm good, Pasi. How are you?
I'm very fine. It's good to have you on the show again. Karibu sana.
Good.
Let me ask
Good to see you. Good to see you. Mm-hmm.
Is age a factor in relationships?
Age is not just a number in a relationship. It's not just a number.
It's not
it
just
really
a number?
Matters.
It matters?
It's not. Yes, it does.
Why does it matter?
Different people tend to behave differently depending on their age.
Okay.
And so depending on what stage of life you're in, you're exposed to different issues.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're old, you just like the Bible says, when I was a child, I used to behave like a child. Yeah? But now that I'm older,
yes.
I'm supposed to behave like old people. So age is not just a number. And of course, there are agreeable ages or differences between ages, agreeable, but they are the ones that are screaming, like the one that you want us to talk about today.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So some people would ask, because it seems like if the man is older, way older than the girl, it's never really quite an issue in society. You know, you have men it's more acceptable. It seems like it's more acceptable.
Correct.
Yeah, if the man is 20 years older than the woman, 15 years older, sometimes even 30 years older. But now when it's the lady who's older, people are thinking, Apana, where is the gender equality in this equation?
I mean, it's easier. We live in a male chauvinistic world.
Yes.
It's easier for men to describe women. But when women want to start describing men, they will be put down. And men, we control quite a number of channels of communication.
Yeah.
So the men will always ensure that that doesn't reach out. So we have a local context. We have a European context. We have a president married to an older lady. We have a prince. By the way, hey, sana muitanga aje beba matisha.
You know that story. I mean, if us boys would just be honest and real, when we were in school, kulikuwaga na kale ka mwalimu. You know, kulikuwaga na kale ka mwalimu. Yani, even that lesson, you're the one who passes because of that mwalimu.
Wetu wa mathematics tulikuwa tunamuita sweetie. Aki hakuna mtu alikuwa naanguka mtihani yake.
Ours was history and government. We will never forget Mrs. Odoyo. She would come to the class and we would be attentive. But it seems that President alisema when I grow up. But anyway, back to our conversation today, before we get distracted with other things. It seems like it's becoming a trend today where you have younger men seeking older women for relationships. And I'm wondering, what is happening? Why is this becoming common today?
Okay, thank you. I think people have just one misconception, that love is an emotion.
Okay.
Love is never an emotion. Love is a choice. We choose whom to love. And at one particular time, you can choose the kind and quality of people that you want to be associated with.
Okay.
One of choices that people make is even about the age. There are people who do not mind about age mates. There are people who do not mind about younger, but there are people who mind about younger. So let's look at this young man.
Yeah.
Who for mtaani they are called Ben 10.
Yes, Ben 10.
na antiwaharia.
Ben 10 na antiwaharia. Okay, let's yeah.
What is in the mind of this Ben 10? Number one, it could be about an issue of identification.
Oh.
This person never had a chance to relate to the mother. And so what they are yearning for is love, and not just love, they are also yearning for maternal love. And so they think their age mates will not give them the maternal love because this is something that they never experienced.
Okay.
And so when they find a lady who is also yearning for love, and this is a lady maybe who has gone through quite a lot in life.
Yes.
Yeah. Has children, because mostly antiwahari as wengi wako na watoto as old as the kabenten.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yearning for love, somebody who has made it in life. Only what they are lacking is somebody to love them. And this is a Ben 10, yeah, who is now looking for maternal love. Sasa hapa ni wale Waswahili walisema pwagu anapata pwaguzi.
I'm just wondering, this young man, are they even aware that they're seeking out this maternal love?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Unfortunately, no. Yeah, because this is a fixation. It is an unmet need that somebody must come and fulfill it.
Okay.
In life, whatever you do in life, there are some things that we must go through. You've ever seen men who get too attached to their wives, and it's like they are clinging too much. Mpaka unashindwa huyu bado mpaka anaitwa firstborn. You've heard ladies calling their hubbies firstborn.
Yes.
Huyu firstborn sio firstborn tu in terms of ati kwa sababu alikuja kwa hiyo nyumba. Maybe even this alikuwa na shida hakupata the maternal love. So immediately amepata a lady that he can be able to compensate the behavior. He clings too much, and that's why they become firstborns by default.
Okay. That's interesting.
Number two.
Yes.
It could be about the lady, not about the man.
Oh, okay. In what sense?
In this sense, this is a lady who maybe used to be mistreated by the man whom she used to love.
Yeah.
So she really wants somebody she can be able to control. Because the love of a man at this particular time was not there. So she yearns for control, and she looks forward to a day when she will control a man. And that's why you will hear men say, unajua huyu wangu aliniambia ABCD, mimi nimeonywa. Nisiwahi onwa na wasichana. Mimi nimeonywa. Nisiwahi hamia kwingine. Mimi nimeonywa. Yani mpaka mtaani unasikia mtu akisema yenyewe huyu amekaliwa. Lakini ni kukaliwa ya maana.
Yeah. Okay.
Kwa sababu kuna chenye anapata na lazima akaliwe ndio aweze kukipata. It's about the lady wanting to control. So she finds then a man who is submissive. And talking about a man who is submissive, this character would mostly be exhibited by that bonds.
Really?
Yes.
Why that bonds?
Because that bonds tend not to be associated with anybody in the family.
God.
They are mostly loners.
They fall through the cracks.
You go correct. First bonds associate mostly with the father. Second bonds associate mostly with the mother. Third bonds wako hapo tu.
Hey,
Wako
okay.
ni wa Mungu.
Oh my goodness. Well, somebody's asking. Does age mean maturity? Are the two the same? Or are we just...
I'll take you through that.
Okay.
I'll take you through that.
Okay.
It is my point number 3, Percy. It's my point number 3. Yeah. Then let's look at it then. Age. There are 2 ages we discuss in psychology. When we talk about emotional intelligence, the advantage with Kenyans is ka-forward kamoja kanaweza jipata kwa a million groups.
Yes.
So kuna haka ka-forward kamekuwa kakiendelea through about emotional intelligence, IQ, SQ, whatever.
Yes.
The quotient.
Yes.
Kama hujaipata Percy, you're in the wrong groups. You don't have good friends.
Yes.
So when we talk about emotional intelligence, there are 2 kind of ages we discuss.
Okay.
One we discuss chronological age, and the next one we discuss maturity age. Chronology, the chronicles.
Yes.
Since
yes.
I was born to date, I am 35. Those yes, inaenda sequential.
Yes.
Yeah, that is your chronological age. Maturity age also is determined by 1, where you're exposed to, who you relate with, and how you behaved before. When you were young, were you forced to behave like an adult? And by how we calculate IQ is we divide your chronological age, divide by your maturity age, we multiply it by 100. Chronological divide by maturity times 100.
Psychology pia mnakuwaga na gadhafu.
Kwanza usifikiria tu utakuja huko hakuna kitu. Kama ilikuwa inaingilia hapa inatokea hapa, usikamu. Endelea tu kuhubiri. Ile hesabu tu mapastors wanafaa wajue ni ile ya 2 loaves and 5 fish. Ni mko sawa.
Okay.
So nilikuwa nasema hivi. Look at, if you want to know how mature you are, look at the average age of the people you associate with. And that's why I have a problem with people who do not even know details about their close friends.
Wow.
This is your buddy. You do not know how old they are. You do not even know their level of education. Yet you've been friends for a year.
Yes.
Yeah, wrong somewhere. You need to even know about the average age of your friends.
That's an interesting thought.
Yes, because your friends determine the kind of a person who you are. You can never have 5 millionaires and you're a pauper. And you can never be the only millionaire amongst your 6 friends. If you're the only millionaire, you are soon becoming a pauper. If you're the only pauper in 5 millionaires, you're soon becoming a millionaire.
Okay.
Because we are products and producers of our environment. You produce the kind of environment you would want to thrive in. So maturity and age somehow are related, but in a way they are also not related.
Okay.
Remember, most firstborns mature faster in the house. Because they are the guinea pigs of that house. They will be the pseudo parents. Today even mpaka sister yangu bado na muogopanga mimi ni second born. Bado naonanga kama anaweza nichapa kama tene venye alikuwa na haki.
Wow.
Because she will speak with authority and you go like yenyewe. This is my pseudo parent. So age is not just a number. And maturity cannot be determined fully by your chronological age.
Wow, I love how this discussion is going. Uko na swali, my friend. If you have a question, talk to us this morning. Maybe you are the young man we are talking about, you're in a relationship, and this lady is 20 years older than you, 15 years older than you. Tupatie maoni yako. We also want to find out what was the thought process behind that. And maybe you're a parent and that's the situation you find your child in. Or maybe you're that older woman and you're going out with a younger man, half your age. There used to be a song back in the day, Kabla hatujakutana na Yesu. There was a song that used to say, I'm in love with a man who's nearly twice my age, something like that. Yeah, but talk to me. 20316 SMS line. WhatsApp number 0786 316 316. Umekunywa chai ama haujakunywa chai? My mom is watching this show. Mrs. Refa Okumu, have you had your cup of tea? I know you and hot tea. I've been telling people how you are the one who makes me drink hot tea because I picked that from you. Eden Tea, finest garden tea available. You can check it out and find it at leading outlets, and it comes at an affordable price, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Eden purple tea, Eden green tea, Eden lemon tea, Eden ginger tea, Eden premium tea. You and I are spoiled for choice. And this is the kind of tea, you know, there's some teas, Unaeka tea bag kwa kikombe. Unashindwa hii tea bag. Is it on strike? It is not releasing anything. Unaeka ingine. With Eden tea, my friend, even one tea bag, you can use it twice and you'll still get the rich aroma, rich color. And you know the most important thing, Eden tea cares for you and I, reminding us in this season together we can stop the spread of the coronavirus. Watu wavae face mask. Watu waoshe mikono na maji na sabuni. Maintain interpersonal distance. Tuache kurundikana kwa matatu kama njugu. No, let's be mindful of one another. Let's maintain these guidelines that we have been given, and as we do so, we will keep coronavirus at bay. Check out Eden Tea at leading outlets. Try it out. It truly is the finest garden tea. This morning, we are talking about the age factor in relationships. Younger men going after older women. And joining us via Zoom in studio is psychologist Ken Munywa, who's giving us his thoughts on this whole thing. So there's the question. Somebody was asking a question earlier as I was listening to that music. What would you say of the young men who, you know, they've tried dating their age mates, or even ladies who are slightly younger, but there's no connection. They are so in their minds they're thinking these girls are so immature, and so you reach higher. We're always being told to reach higher. You reach higher for that one who's 10 years, 15 years older than you. And you feel like she feels me, she understands me. We can sit down and have a conversation. And it seems like this is the right one for me. What about that kind of a situation?
It could be true. It could be true. The inverse of it is that their age mates are also dating older men.
Yeah.
So they are not also available. Yeah. Yeah, the age mates are not available.
Yeah.
The younger ones cannot even reason. They cannot make a conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. So you look at who is the next available. Since the older men have taken the younger girls, the older women who are supposed to date the older men are now available. So they're the next available option.
They're taking the
It's
younger
a bitter
men.
option. Yeah.
Okay, this one we were discussing the other day because this is becoming quite a trend today, where you have younger men who need resources. They don't have the resources.
Yes.
But there's an older woman who has the resources. And the older woman is looking for love, and she can't seem to find love. And this young man seems like they can give me all the love that I need. Okay, I'm using the word love, but I mean something else, if you catch my drift.
No, all of them are looking for resources.
All of them are looking for resources. And so you find a situation where they are meeting each other's needs, but this young man has another girlfriend somewhere.
Yes.
Ingine ni kama ni wax.
Yes.
Ni koera. What goes into that kind of thinking? Please help me understand, because I fail to understand.
You cannot understand per se, but the fact is, kazi ni kazi.
Wow.
Na umelipwa.
Yes.
Unalipwa.
Yes.
Wewe unataka pesa, yeye ako na mahitaji yake.
Yeah.
You meet on at the same level. I mean, you know, it's not a good example to use, but you remember what I was going through about a year or 2 years ago in our house of law. Unasikia kakijana kana service watu kadhaa. Ati ni referral.
Yeah.
Ukitaka ni kama refer business.
Yes.
Mmoja akipatana, unajua wamama wanaendanga chama sana. Wanaambiana mahitaji. Unasikia mmoja akisema but the way I have, naambia ukipata mwingine wewe fanya nini?
Uniambie.
Nirushie. This is a referral kind of a business. Yeah, but the monetary factor is a very huge factor. And unfortunately, we are having young people, and this one I'll generalize because it's both men and women. We are having young people who are not ready to work. They want to make life faster, and they want to get rich faster.
Yeah.
They have one of their role models called 50 Cent who told them, get rich quickly or die trying. Yeah. So they want to make money fast, and they think that money is everything. So as long as by hook or crook, wherever mimi nitapata hii pesa, let me go and make money.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, we have a lady who has, she has everything. She's so poor, the only thing she has is money. You know, there are people who are so poor, the only thing they have is money.
Yes.
Yeah? And so the money is working for her. She can afford to go for holidays. She can do everything. And let me tell you, Pasi, and without being discriminating, but you see, these women who climb the corporate ladder faster, they find themselves in this situation as compared to those who go it slowly, na wanaenda pole pole. The ones who climb the ladder of corporate leadership faster, they find themselves there because one, they become aloof, they are unreachable, they care so much about their work, they care so much about how much they will make, they want to make their parents happy at their own happiness, at the expense of their own happiness. And so age catches up faster with them. They don't have time for their hobby because they are always in meetings and all. And then here comes an intern. You know, it's unfortunate because I have cases. It's unfortunate that some of these issues emanate from the office. Yeah? Where an intern comes, wants to shadow in a department. All of a sudden, he's becoming too attached, and then starts calling this lady mom. Akienda workshop, he's the chap one kufanya logistics, flight details, booking details, and all. And you know what? One thing leads to another, and before long, wanajipata. So what will happen, because they want to keep it discreet since it's a work environment, one of them will either lose the job or will be transferred, but the relationship will still be there.
Continue, okay.
Yeah? So unapata wako hapo pamoja. Where did it? It was brewed in the office.
Okay, listen to this one. Sorry?
Yeah.
Listen to this question,
no, proceed, I'm listening.
It says, I'm loving the discussion. My question then is, what age difference is acceptable from both sides? That is, when we talk about a man marrying an older lady, or a lady marrying a younger man, what age difference then is acceptable?
You know, Pasi, before Corona, the year 2020 BC, kuna watu walikuwa wanajiambia they space their children for 4 years. Ati huyu akiwa form 4, huyu mwingine ako class 8, huyu mwingine ako grade 4. Woi, magoha ni nani? Watoto warudi shule grade 4, class 8, form 4 na 4th year. Wote pamoja. Yeah. So which age is acceptable? For a lady to be older than a man, please ensure that it is not more than 4 years.
Why?
A good question.
Yes.
I love the question why. The question why is ladies mature for up to a maximum of 6 years older than a man. Faster.
Oh, okay.
So if a lady is 6 years older in terms of maturity, and then chronological, they become 4, that's a whole decade.
Yes.
So two people in different decades will have different ways of thought. Mtu wa 20 to 30, kazi yake ni happy. Na kama mtu ako 20 to 30 na bado hajaanza kuenjoy life, kwenda mafanki, kwenda huko nje, kumeet with other brothers in other churches, kuona venye praise and worship zinafanyangwa. Kama ulilelewa huko kwenu na bado church ni huko na bado umeangukia brother wa hiyo praise and worship team yenu, nani kwanza chanuka kidogo kabla ucommit, tembea. Yeah? It is not just your grandmother who knows how to make sour porridge.
Yes.
There are other grandmothers who can do it. Yeah, chanuka kidogo. Yeah, 30 to 40 is the age of settling.
Yeah.
When you hit the age of 33 na bado haujaanza kuona dalili yako ya kusettle, you get into what we call the desperate age.
Oh.
Hii ni ile ulikataa matatu zote zilikuwa zinakuja kwa barabara. Hii iko na muziki mingi, hii imezeeka. All of a sudden gidhaa inaisha, unasema yenyewe ile inakuja mimi napanda.
Okay.
The desperate age. 40 is the age of confusion.
What do you mean confusion?
Crisis. Najua uko hapo, tuko hapo tukiwa na wewe. Hata najua tuko hapo.
You know, I can switch off your sound.
Midlife crisis. Haujui unataka kuhamia wapi. All of a sudden mabeshte wako wananunua hii gari, hii gari iko sawa. All of a sudden kuna hii nyumba unataka, unahamia huko, unakuja una notice hapana, hiyo nyumba haipendezi. Ulikuwa umejenga kanyumba kako, ulikuwa umesave, unataka kuhama, venye tu umehama una realize si ile nyumba nilikuwa nataka kusettle in.
Why does confusion come in during that decade?
Midlife ni miaka ya punda. Haujui utabebeshwa nini. Unaweza bebeshwa mizigo ya watoto wamekuja wamekutesa. All of a sudden you are past your 5 years of honeymoon in marriage. The reality starts sinking in that you might live up to 70 and you spend the next 30 years with this person. All of a sudden unaanza kujiuliza, guy, did I make the right? It's midlife. We call it in psychology generativity versus stagnation.
Okay.
You either stagnate in life and you can stagnate forever, or you become general.
Okay.
The age of 50, sasa hiyo ndio age ya maturity. Now, let's bring in the factor of a lady who is almost 50.
Yes.
And a guy mwenye anataka kwenda happy. And this guy cannot afford that happy, and this lady can be able to afford that happy.
Yes.
So what will happen? The lady will even dictate. The lady will dictate where this guy will be going for outings and holidays. Hautakuwa ukienda tu hivi, wewe utakuwa ukienda Mombasa. So what is the Instagram ya jamaa na Facebook, yeye anaandika tu #holiday manenos, Mombasa, Malindi, Diani, Naivasha na Zanzibar. Lakini when you ask yourself who is funding all this, and this guy cannot be able to afford.
Yeah.
So huyu jamaa akianza kutest hii maisha hataki kuachilia, because hii maisha ni tamu na hawezi taka kuiachilia. So what will they do? They must maintain with that lady. Whether anamwangalianga na haezi hata taka kuintroduciwa kwa familia yake, watoto ni wazee kumuliko, lakini bado anasema, hey, you do not know what I am getting from here. So for me, kazi ni kufanya nini? Ni kuvumilia. But for his own esteem, he will have to get a lady who is younger for identification.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen quite a bit of that where you this young person has a girlfriend within their age range, but they still have the other older woman that is for the hashtags here and there. What about what about the flip side? Older man, younger lady. In your opinion, what is the accepted age difference? What is the accepted?
It is the same issue, Pasi. It is the same issue. Where we are talking about, am I losing you?
No.
No, I'm saying it is the same issue.
Yes.
This is a man who fixated at one particular time in his life. He fixated maybe, say, at the age of 22, because that's the time he graduated from, say, campus, and he was forced into a relationship by his folks because he wanted to please his parents. He got into a job, got too serious, never had time to enjoy it. All of a sudden akaoa, watoto wamejaa kwa nyumba yake, anaambia wife waende out, wife hataki kwa sababu she's too rigid, she wants to take care of the children. Sasa anaenda out, siku moja anapatana na kasichana, kanataka have happiness, na kasichana hakawezi afford. So what will the man do? Ni kumtumia tu. But when we talk about fixation, we need to understand one thing, that chronologically these people are not the same age, but maturity-wise they are the same age.
Oh.
This man is 50 in terms of chronology, but maturity bado ana behave kama 22. Kwa sababu kuna mahali alifixate at 22.
Okay.
Hata ukipata hawa wanadate mpaka watoto wa shule. huyo kuna mahali alifixate akiwa hiyo shule, labda alikuwa transferred from a mixed school akapelekwa boys only school, so hakupata time correlate. Alafu all of a sudden amepata ako miaka 30, anaanza kubehave kama 16. Akiwa 16 si atadate 16-year-old because of the fixation.
Okay, listen to this one before we listen to some music. I think women mature faster than men. My husband is 25 years older than me. He is one of the top lawyers, but we met in mind and our discussions are in sync. We are both professionals and make good money. I also believe that older men make great fathers. They are always there for their children and they don't have other distractions in life. I am 33, he is 58. When we met, we were as happy as ever, 16 years on. Men my age range were big disappointment, immature and unstable. What would you say to that? Age difference, 25 years.
25 is not just a number. What was she yearning for? I would want to know the kind of a relationship she had with the father.
Oh.
Yeah, because she met, it's a need. Remember how I started? It's a need that has been met. Yeah? She was yearning for it, a conversation with an older person. What is the relationship she had with the father or the pseudo men in her life? Maybe they never used to be great conversationalists. Yeah. Then she finds somebody whom she can make a conversation with.
Yeah.
So it's a need. She met a need. And you know, like I say,
yes,
love is not an emotion. Love is a choice.
It's a choice.
So you choose and you say, if I get somebody whom I can be able to converse with and he will be a good father to my children, then that's the man I will love. So because he cannot start by being a father, he must start from a conversation. You start from a conversation. You enjoy it. One thing leads to another. All of a sudden you realize that, yeah, he's a great dad. The question is, and this is a question, I don't want to rock the boat, but the question is, where was this man when his age mates were getting married? Not, forget about the lady now, because this man who stayed for all that long without getting married, when his age mates were getting married, what was happening to this man? So you could find that under their carpet, they have other underlying issues that they would never want to discuss because both of them have some underlying issues, but walipatana na wakatoshana.
Okay. Do you have any hard questions? If you have questions for me today, 20316 is the SMS line. WhatsApp number 0786316316. The age factor in relationships. Younger men going after older women. Shortly, we'll talk about what are some things one needs to consider. You know, when you're pursuing an older woman. A woman who's 15, 20 years older than you, because today really the focus is on the young men. What are some things sometimes we fail to consider? Alafu tukifika hapo Githurai hapo mbele inatuchapa kiboko and we are thinking, I didn't see that one coming. We'll talk about that shortly. It is the Relationship Clinic. My name is James Okumu. This morning we are looking at the age factor in relationships, but focusing on younger men going after older women, which seems to be a trend that's catching on today. We are hanging out with psychologist Ken Munywa, who's helping us gain an understanding of the thinking behind this whole factor. Now, Ken, before we get into what are some of the things to consider, there's also another issue that I've had, because this is the discussion that I've seen on various platforms, and one of the other issues that comes up is the whole sex issue. And one of the arguments some of the men bring forth is that the older women are experienced sexually, and so that is why they go for older women. I don't even know why they... But anyway, what's the thinking behind that? What are your thoughts concerning that?
It is true. It is actually very true that some will come with that argument. And they will say, you know, this one, my age mates, they know nothing. Actually, just so that you may know, there are some who go to older women to learn, so that wakikuja huku, they are called what we call kwa mtaani otero. Ni mtu anajua ni yeye.
Otero bila gun.
Otero bila gun, yeye kusema, ni yeye kusema huku. So it is actually very true. And on the flip side of sex, the sex factor is before marriage, sex is a very expensive affair. Yeah? For you to be able to get it, you must be able to do a foundation of lunch, a foundation of accommodation, a foundation of the payment. But here comes somebody who is in need, doesn't want all those, can be able to afford to buy you the lunch, ukue na nguvu yako, give you the residence and everything. Yeye tu, kazi yake anataka, be there for her. Yeah, so it is actually a very big factor. Look at the Kenya Demographic Health Survey.
Okay.
Said that young men have sex as early as the age of 11, and they are having it with women as older as 20 to 25.
What?
This could be the house helps in the houses, the domestic managers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at that age gap of 15 years continuously growing.
Wow.
Yeah? So even by the age you're 20, the only people you know how to have sex with is a woman who is 15 years older than you are. So it continues. Yeah, it's recurrent. So because you started with older, you think that older are better than younger.
That's sad. That's sad. Because it's also
the saddest?
Yeah.
The saddest is girls have sex as early as the age of 9. That's
9.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Look at the Kenya Demographic Health Survey. I might not have the most recent, but the one that I am conversant with is 11 and 9. Yeah.
That is a sad picture, and I'm saying it's sad because sometimes even similar situations are happening even in the Church of Jesus Christ. And sometimes we are not courageous enough even to bring them out and to talk about them.
Let me tell you, Pasi, when I was talking about these men who get into corporate, I wanted to bring in that factor.
Yeah.
That some even happen in churches. Yeah? You're a young leader in the church who is so committed, na hapa kuna dada katika Yesu amekuona, anakuambia, what do you do? I would want to have a conversation. You look like a great man.
Yeah.
And men are visual beings. Men are visual. Women are audio. Women must hear. Men are visual. So when this young man, ndugu katika Yesu, anaambia tu huyu dada, oh, by the way, ma'am, you look lovely today. Hey, I love the way you even dressed in church. That is flattering enough. And this lady will start thinking, what? Because I had seen this young man, maybe he had also seen me, only that he didn't have a guts. So, wanapatana watu wawili. And it's very unfortunate because I'm a church leader. I know you're a pastor. I'm contemporary, I'm Catholic. Yeah? But it happens even in our churches.
Yeah.
I know it happens even in the Pentecostal churches. So these are issues that we must face head on. And when you realize that is happening, you better call it off before. Because hapa kuna kutumiana.
Yes, very true.
Remember, a church is not a gathering of saints. It is a congregation of sinners. So this is a sinner meeting another sinner, all in the name of church.
Oh my goodness. So let's talk about what are some important and critical issues a young man needs to consider in case you're thinking of going in that direction, where you have this woman who is 20 years older than you. In fact, there's one SMS that came in earlier that says, hey, as a mother, the first thing that comes to mind ni hapo hakuna wajuku because she's about to hit menopause. And I thought, so what are some things I need to consider as a young man? I find myself in that situation and I'm so overwhelmed. I want to get into this relationship. Somebody is 20, this woman is 20 years older than me. What do I need to consider?
One, you may want to remember that we are Africans and Africa is our business. In African context, and I'm saying this because I've done quite a lot of research about the African context of marriage.
Okay.
The wife does not belong to the man. The wife belongs to the community.
Oh.
So when you're getting married, you need to understand that this one does not just belong to you. She belongs to you and your entire clan. And that's why unasikia mtu wetu anaoa. Sio kijana ni mtu wetu anaoa. That's why dowry must be paid by community. This other community must come to visit where the girl is getting married and all. So when you want to choose somebody for marriage, you must ask yourself, will my clan accept this one?
Okay.
The local context that we had previously, not the most current. I know Pasi na Shikanishi. The previous one. Remember, it even caused the death of a mother. When the mother starts thinking about that this one is even older than I, who is the mother?
Yes.
Yeah? Your parents' factor must always come at play.
Okay.
And unfortunately, these millennials and the Y and the X generation tend to think that they are not attached to the society. We will allow them because they are that stage. But when they grow older, they must understand that they will be part and parcel of that society. 1. 2. At the Garden of Eden, and this is where you come in as a pastor.
Yes.
There were not so many instructions. Instruction number 1 was name them, those animals, name them. Wakamaliza kazi. The next instruction was go forth and multiply.
Yeah.
You must think of that. Where are you going forth and how will you multiply? Because it's not just, it's, yes, children are not a culmination of marriage, because there are marriages that God chooses to give children and others that God chooses not to.
Yeah.
However, it is not your choice to dictate what God will want with you. You cannot start saying that mimi sitaki watoto, I will not sire. And this is, I hope that one day we will come and discuss the upsurge of the LGBT in this society. And I saw one who is crazy saying that one day I hope my children will not have to live in the closet. You've chosen another direction of not siring and not having a person of the opposite sex. How do you now mention children in your confusion? We will discuss about it. But the generation that we have must know this, that the continuity of culture comes forth when we sire children and we bring in forth children who are going to be the people who will take over from us. So, Pasi wewe utaki watoto, Atieno ataki watoto, mimi sitaki watoto. What will happen to the universe tomorrow? Do we want God's work to die? No. So, children are a factor. Children are a factor.
Okay.
Number 3, and the most important, is the Bible promises us that each and every one of us will live up to the age of 70. Yeah? You are 20. You live up to 50. Do you want to be married only for 20? And you know pretty well that when people hit the age of 65, they can get senile. Do you want to now start taking care of somebody who will be older and you are at your prime of wanting to enjoy? I know this might sound selfish, but it is not selfish in this nature. That you must also know that it is in life where in happiness and in sorrow. So don't just go to somebody just because you want happiness. What will happen when the sorrow mood comes in? And the sorrow will always come. It might reach faster. It might come later in life. But you know what? God has a sense of humor. He knows how to balance that. If you have 40 years of happiness, you must also enjoy some time when you're sad.
Yes.
So are you ready for that? Before you commit, just ask yourself those questions. Am I ready? When this lady will be like bedridden, and she will want her partner to bathe her, will I be ready to do that? When her children now, peradventure, because we are all in the destination of death. When she dies, will her children now accept me as their father? Or they will wait for the mother to die so that they can beat me and chase me away because I took the happiness of their mother from them? These are hard questions. It is not just about here and now. You must also ask yourself hard questions of the there and then.
Wow. Naangalia sana, naona ni kama mtu ameisongesha mbele.
Aki. Yako mbaya ama ni yangu.
Zetu sote. So bottom line, Ken, what are we saying? Are we saying older is bad? What are we saying?
We are not saying older is bad.
Yes.
We are saying this, Pastor. 1 month's meat is another man's poison. Just because it has worked with one person does not mean that you go and try. You might try and flop. However, if nature brings you together, nature, despite all the forces against it, but nature has brought the two of you together, work towards it and do it. Because at the end of the day, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder.
And consider all these things we've talked about.
Consider all of them. But before you settle, Pasi hapa na kuondolea kazi. Wewe kazi yako utawaunganisha. But before they settle, can they go and see a professional psychologist? A professional. Not a pastoral. Not a pastoral. Because for you will quote all the scriptures that they need to be quoted. Let them come. So that for me and any other psychologist, we can take them through very good therapy to understand what's the motivation behind.
I love that. Ken, thank you so much for always being a blessing to us. Tunashukuru sana.
Asante.
Hiyo discussion ingine we'll plan and see when we can have it.
Asante sana. Umesalimiwa sana. Kuna marafiki wengi sana wangu wanakusalimia. Wanasema usalimike sana. There is an Anthony Wambui, Peter Nyanjui, Washara, Tom Kanigi, Timothy Wambua, Koech. Wote ni wengi. Siwezi wasoma wote. Naona tuna message.
Waambie nimesalimika. Guys, nimesalimika.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much for being a part of this discussion. I hope that the nuggets we have thrown your way can make the gears begin to turn so that you can ask yourself those questions. They're very important questions. Sometimes we are so blinded by now, but you don't project, okay, now she is 50, you are 25. When she's 75, you will be 50. Will you still be compatible? Those are very very real situations that we need to look at, but I love the way Ken has ended.
For this and more of our shows, log on to www.familymediaonline.com to enjoy a wide variety of programs from current affairs to testimonials and features, pastoral and inspirational shows, kids entertainment, and so much more. Also stream live on www.familymedia.tv.